Hey guys, and welcome to another No Hands SEO video tutorial. In this video I'm going to be going through the new article controls and showing you briefly what each of them does and how you can use them to get articles into your profiles to post to article directory sites. So I'm going to get No Hands SEO up. Now in this video I'm going to be showing you the controls in the add profile form. They're exactly the same as in the profile handler, so you can use the exact same guide to add articles to an existing profile. You can do this by going to your profile handler and then going into the posting content tab. Now all of these controls are exactly the same as they are in the add profile, so I'm going to get that up now. Now this is the form that you get when you are creating your profile, and you put in your search keywords, your anchor text and your page addresses. Now in the comments and content here you'll see there's tabs for comments, article content, RSS feeds and sitemaps. Now these three tabs, the article content, the RSS feeds and the sitemaps, are relatively new. If you're a user of No Hands for quite a while, you might not be overly familiar with these, or you might not even be aware that they're there. So if you have a sitemap, you might want to promote those. All you need to do is put in your sitemaps there and add the sitemap, and it will, No Hands SEO will automatically promote those every week or daily or every other week, monthly or every other month, depending on what you choose. So that's good for getting all of your websites indexed nice and quickly. RSS feeds is the same, except it takes a little bit more information. You can enter in a name for your feed, the website name, the description of the feed, that is, the feed address, the website address, keywords, categories, etc., and also how often you want to promote them. Now that's a great one. It doesn't just help to get your pages indexed, it can actually help to rank them quicker, as a lot of RSS feed sites are quite highly ranking. Now this video isn't about sitemaps and RSS feeds, we're talking about article content. So ultimately most people will be using No Hands SEO because it's a great way to promote your websites without putting in a huge amount of effort. Okay, so I'm going to be mainly talking about auto scraping the articles so that No Hands SEO will go out and find articles for you that are related to your websites, but you can also I see that that's actually off the video, but you can actually manually enter the articles. So I'm going to quickly go over manually entering them just to show you what controls there are. Okay, so you've got three inputs. You've got title, summary and body. In the title you will want to enter in the title of your article, so our title article. So say you were writing an article about the health benefits of cheese, you might want to put something, the top 10 reasons to eat cheese, for example. You can spin this, so why cheese is healthy, and so on. Okay, so it's spinnable in the same way that all other aspects of all the other spinnable aspects of No Hands SEO are. The same goes for the summary. This is a small excerpt of the summary normally that is promoted alongside your articles on, I think Article Script has article summaries, and some of the future article platforms will also make use of this. Now the tag article paragraph will just take a random paragraph from the article and use that as the summary, so that can be a good way to keep it on topic without having to write it manually. Now the body, this is your article content, this is what will be posted. Now you don't need to put in where to put the link, you can have No Hands SEO deal with that if you like, but say you had an article that was, I'm just going to insert some random text here. Now if for example you wanted to enter your link in there, you could use the link tag, and now when it inserts the link there it will use a random anchor text from your profile, the random page, sorry, and if that page has its own anchor text, it will input that. So it's the same controls that you'd use for pretty much any SEO software. It's the same as if you were entering in your article to an article site. The only difference being is that this is spinnable, which is obviously how most software does it, but not the websites themselves. So if you're not too sure about any of that, I'd advise you to just use the auto scrape options. Now you have auto scrape, just a simple scrape, which will take the articles and import them into No Hands SEO. You can scrape a bunch of articles and then take random paragraphs from each of them to make up new articles, which is the second option. Or you can scrape and jumble the sentences, which will take a bunch of articles and it will take random sentences to form their own new random paragraphs, and it will stitch these together, which will have a really well, at least a very good level of uniqueness, but not necessarily great readability. Now, the main purpose for doing this would be for the SEO benefit, so you're doing it to get links that are relevant, links on topic to your website. If you were going for quality and pure readability, you'd be using manually written articles, or at least high quality spun articles, so you'd be manually entering those anyway. So if it was up to me personally, I'd be using scrape and jumble paragraphs or scrape and jumble sentences. Now the jumble sentences will get a much higher unique percentage to your articles. Okay, so I'm going to show that off quickly. I'm going to show what happens if I use the scrape and jumble sentences. So up pops the scraping articles box. All you need to put is, in my example, I've been using cheese, so I'm going to put cheese. I click the scrape button, and then within a few seconds, or it may take a minute or two depending on your connection and also how many articles that it finds. Obviously, if it only finds 3 articles, it's not going to take nearly as long to go out and scrape those articles as if it finds, say, 50. So that's going to take a few seconds, and when that's done, it will input those articles into this form, this list on the form in the background. And there we go. I thought I'd have time for a drink, but no. So here we see we have a bunch of different articles. What is a cheese curd? Cheese plate 101. What is a cheese curd? Can I eat it? Which looks like it may be the same one as up there. Which can happen, you know, people do submit their articles to multiple sites, but obviously you should be able to see that if I choose to edit that, you see we have the title up here, like I was explaining with the manual controls, and here is the body of the article. So if I'll cancel that. If I get this other one up here which has the same title, you see it has completely different article body. Now that's because even though these articles may have been the same or similar when they were submitted to the article websites, they've been changed and jumbled up, so they have very different content to what they would have had when they were first submitted. Now as you can see, the articles have good paragraph length, they have quite a random structure, so there's no set form for these articles, which really gives a lot of variation and looks a lot more natural as far as search engines go. Now you can edit the articles, you can delete the articles, you can import articles from a file, you can export articles to a file, and you can also preview the articles. So if you preview the articles, this is roughly what the articles will look like. Okay, so you can preview any article that you like. Now the preview will show you an article based on whatever settings you have here. So as you can see, currently I have insert random links into articles 1 to 2. Well, I'll go through these in turn. You see we have random position for where to place links. That will find any random position of your article and import the link there. It won't take a random word to link from. It will insert your anchor text and link into that random position in the article. Now what that means is that the readability will not be as high, but it does mean that you get an in content link, which is probably the best for SEO purposes, because it will be in the middle of a sentence, and as far as the search engines are concerned, it will be a link that is part of that sentence. The other options are random end of sentence. This will just take a random position at the end of a sentence and put the link in there. So it will always be at the end of the sentence, which is probably not great for variability, but it's there if you want to use that. End of article, this will import a link at the very bottom of your content, saying something along the lines of, if you'd like to read more on the subject, click here, or to read more on this subject, click through to the website, and have a link such as that at the bottom of the article. Now that's fairly common fare for article submissions. It's not necessary for the platforms that No Hands SEO is going to be posting to, but if you want to make your articles look like they are articles on a more common article site such as eZine articles or somewhere like that, then you can use the end of article links. Now that sentence that is added to the bottom of your article, that is varied quite a lot, so you don't need to worry about that being much of a footprint. It will be changed up, and the link position in that sentence will be changed, as well as the context and the content of that sentence. Now when I briefly showed you the manual entering of an article, I showed you the links tag. Now you can use that link tag and then you'll be using it in conjunction with only replace tags, and then it will only insert a link into that specific section of the article. So if you were wanting to manually write articles that were perfectly readable as well as having the SEO benefit, you could use that, but if you're just going to be using the automatically scraped ones, I would suggest to use the random position or end of sentence or end of article. Otherwise you won't be getting any links from that. Now the insert random profile links into articles will make it so that you have more than one link. Now every article, if you have a random position, random end of sentence or end of article, every article will have at least one link. If you use the insert random profile links into articles, this will increase it by however many. So if you set that to 1 and 1, that would mean that every article had exactly 2 links. If you set it to between 1 and 2, every article would have at least 2 and up to 3 links per article. Okay, now you can use that if you want. I don't know really what's best to have either 1, 2, 3 or more links in each article, but the option's there if you wish to use it. The insert profile anchor text, this will insert anchor text from your profile into the article. So it can be good for adding more relevancy. So say in this cheese example, if you were specifically talking about types of, say, cheddar cheese, for example, you could have, insert 2 to 4 instances of, insert 2 to 4 instances of profile anchor text, so that the term cheddar cheese or fake cheddar cheese, or anchor text relating to that specific anchor text that is in your profile. It will insert those into random positions in the article, which again may not aid in the readability of the article, but it will increase the relevancy of that article to your website, which is really the main reason that you'd be using the article controls. Now you've got insert random links into articles. This will take a bunch of random links to authority sites like Wikipedia, Google, Yahoo, different search engines, different article sites, and a lot of other sites similar to those, dictionary, and it will insert those into the article. Now those links will be somewhat relevant to your profile, because it will use anchor text and keywords from your profile to use those, so it looks like your article is not just linking to your website but also to authority sites. So it may help to make your article look a bit more genuine in the eyes of search engines. Whether that is the case or not, I can't say for sure. I've not really seen it myself, but I know a lot of people do claim that is the reason for doing so. So it's there if you wish to use it. Now you can also enter in random images and videos into your profiles. You'll see that these options are greyed out at first, but if you want to enable these options, all you need to do is download random media, and it's just like with the article scraping. I will search for cheese, so we get pictures and videos of cheese, and we'll click search. Now this will actually go off and find the images and videos simultaneously. So as you can see, it's just found a bunch of images and a bunch of videos. So you can see it now says 147 for the images and 97 videos. That's how many of each one it's found. So now you can enter in either up to as many images, videos that you like. Now really, whether you want to use them or not, again, that's up to you. They can look a bit more genuine. I think images probably personally look or make the article look more genuine. Videos can help, whether you want to use them or not, again, entirely up to you. There's no right or wrong. People say that you need images or you need videos in your articles, so it may be that you want to use those, but as you can see, this is all done in real time. Every aspect of this is done in real time. I've not skipped forward or skipped back or anything like that, so you can see it doesn't take long to enter them in, and it's obviously not a whole lot of effort to have up to one image or up to one video entered into your articles. Now randomize HTML, there's not many aspects of it that are being used right now, but in future this will be expanded on, and it will add in random bolding to your text, as well as maybe indentations, italics, and things of that nature, just to make your article look a bit more random, again in the eyes of the search engines. Ultimately, I'm almost certain that the search engines would probably strip out a lot of the HTML when they're looking at the content of a website. So it may not be overly applicable, but the option's there if you so wish to use it. Now I'm going to quickly enter in some some profile details so that I can show you what the article outputs look like now. So I'll do that now, and I'll cut out that section just to save the time on the video. Okay, as you can see, I have entered in some cheese related search keywords, anchor text, and pages to my madeupcheese.com website. So now we're back in here. I'm going to insert random profile links into articles, and I've got all of these others accepted. Insert profile anchor text, yeah, we'll do 1 to 2 random links into articles, and also random images and videos. Now I will say that the previewer in No Hands SEO is using a version of Internet Explorer, I think it's version 8, it might even be as far back as 7, but either way it's very outdated now and doesn't support a lot of the recent JavaScript or HTML5 or anything like that, or any of the newer versions of CSS. So some of the images will look overly large, or some of the videos may not work, but that is not to say that they won't work when they're being viewed by the search engines or users of the article websites or visitors to the article websites. It just means that it's more lacking in Internet Explorer 8 than anything else. So we'll go to the articles now. Let's choose one. Cheese chili toast, that one will do. You'll see we have a link there to Cheddar, that will be our website, a random link in there which will be to an authority website. You see we have a random image, a random video. See, this is what I was talking about. It's that video not working is to do with Internet Explorer 8 and not the video itself not being working. And Cheddar, that will be another link to the website. So we can go, you can see that that had one video, one image. It also had the random links and the link for the profile and the extra random profile. So we'll go again, the same article. See, we have the image of the cheese, we have the link to French cheese, we have the random link, and another link back to the website for French cheese. So you see this time it doesn't have the video, but it has a different image and it has different links in different positions. Now we'll try another one. Let's try Cream Cheese Lovers Unite. Preview that. Again, we have cream cheese. There's one link back to the website. We have an image, another cream cheese link, and a random link to go with it. So you see it is varying the contents of the articles, and all you need to do is really ultimately go to add article, auto scrape the articles, click, download random media, enter in your keyword there, click, and really you can have all of this set up. I know this has taken maybe 20 minutes to go through it, but that's because I've been explaining everything. But ultimately all you need to do is just click. Within a few minutes you've got a bunch of articles to post for your profiles. Now in the future I do plan to implement something similar for the comments to make it a similarly simple process, but for now that's your article options. Really dead simple. If you have any issues or you're not entirely sure on what anything is, you can hover over any of these controls and it will explain exactly what they do, and so on and so forth, just like every other control in No Hands. So if you're ever unsure about what any control does, just hover over it and you'll get a big explanation of what it does, how to use it, the inputs that it expects, and there you go. If you've got any questions, feel free to email me at support@nohandsseo.com or get at me in the comments section below. I'm always happy to help out wherever possible, and I'll always do my best to reply back to you as quickly as possible. Okay, thanks again for watching. I hope this has been helpful. Cheers.